Hey, today I would like to discuss briefly one topic which comes again and again very often, which is if you have a startup or some idea, should you hire a CTO or a software developer, or should you take a CTO or a software developer as a co-founder, or should you use some software house or some other consulting company? And of course the question is very depends a lot on the context and so on, but in majority of the cases, from my experience and how I used to do it, is to actually take a software house in that case. Of course it depends if you have a budget and so on. And why I would advise a software house, it's because then you have, first of all, starting a business is a big challenge. And the focus should be on the business. The focus should be on the sales and maybe marketing and so on. Ideally, you should start selling before you even started to develop the product or a service, to see if it's at all market expected, what should be the price and so on. So once you do that, or when you do it in parallel, it takes a lot of your time. And you shouldn't worry much about which technology to use, how to develop and so on, especially if you don't have any experience with this kind of things. And if you take a company which is experienced in delivering products, then you don't have to worry about all those things. And you can always later, once the idea is proven, once it's selling and so on, you can always then start hiring the right people, give them shares, give them options and so on, and take over the development of the product from the software company. The thing is that if the software company take care of it, they not only take care of the technology, but they can help with the requirements, they can help you focus, to make sure that you focus on the most valuable features and the business needs, and then adjust which technology you should use. The CTO job, the technical strategy and so on, is very important, but for most of the project it's not a full-time job from the beginning. And the software house has this kind of capabilities. So basically they can, contribute with this kind of CTO perspective, with architectural perspective, with UX, usability, UI, and develop the whole product for you, and you don't have to worry about anything. You can worry about your business, about sales and so on. This is why I would advise starting, if you have the funds, to start this way. Because if you want to go and take a co-founder, it's actually it's a lot of challenges. Of course, if you don't have any funds and you don't want to do joint venture with a software house, or there is no software house which want to do joint venture for you and work for free, you have to find some people. But then, first of all, if you don't have an experience with it, it's far riskier and harder to find the right people from the beginning. They will not cover anyway the whole spectrum, the UX, UI and features and everything. They might, there are such people, definitely, but it's again a bit harder to find them. So it's a lot of obstacle from the start before you even start selling your idea. That's why I would advise to first, if you have funds, buy this kind of service, and then gradually take it over if it makes sense. And it's actually not only for the software consulting, but it's also for other services. For instance, marketing. Very often it makes sense, if you can afford that, to buy the company which specializes in marketing, let's say digital marketing, because they know all about it. They can be very efficient, they can do it right from the beginning. And when you start the business, you want to minimize the mistakes, because there will be anyway a lot of challenges from the competition, from the market. You will make probably some mistakes and so on. So you want as many things to be done as good as possible from the start, to minimize the challenge for yourself. So this is my take, and I wonder what you think about that.